Welcome back to the Bridge Views ATL. As always, I am your host, Ashley, and today I have the pleasure of interviewing none other than the Mako Girls. If you've been anywhere near the internet, the music scene, or Atlanta's event circuit, you've probably seen their energy take over. These sisters have built more than just a girls group. They've created a brand and a movement with over 12 years experience. They blend music, performance, and culture in a way that's uniquely their own. From opening artists like Ashanti, Ja Rule, and 2 Chainz to building a massive online following and not just TikTok dances. Performing across the world, the Mako Girls have been carving their own lane while staying true to their Atlanta roots. Today, we are finding out the real story behind the girls. Welcome.
Hi. Thank you for having us.
I love this intro.
Did I hit everything?
No, you did. It's
okay.
Not only the TikTok man, so I'm like, let us know.
Yes.
Guys, we
so
did.
before I get into any of the questions, I was looking at you guys on Instagram and everything.
Yeah.
I went Instagram, TikTok, and you have like your pin videos and you had your dances, and I was like, okay, they have the TikTok dances.
Yeah.
But then I heard you guys sing and I was like, okay, they can sing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, not the dances, the singing, and then you guys actually because TikTok dancing and dancing is different.
Yeah.
But then you guys can dance too.
Yeah. We can do it.
Is there anything you can't do?
It's funny. Before I used to say, "Well, I can't drive."
I can't. I mean, but you live in Atlanta, so nobody can really drive.
Right. So really,
so you're not like really.
I love it.
Let's see.
Something. I don't know.
Are you guys artistic? Can you draw too?
Oh, I can't do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can. I used to be.
You look artsy. You can draw. You're like, I got that. Like,
I said my sister took most of my talents and went further than I did because I used to draw a lot and she draws amazing. She has really stepped up her game. It's like, dang, I don't think I could draw no more
doodling compared to what she was doing. Yeah.
Are you doing your album covers? What do you draw? Just for fun, or what are you drawing?
I used to draw for fun. Back when I was in high school, really growing up, I would draw all the time. But then now I've left the creative hobbies. The only ones I kept was the music stuff, so singing and dancing and stuff. But I went more so into gaming hobbies and stuff, or even just I'm a sports girly. So growing up, I did gymnastics. I played volleyball. Now I train Muay Thai. So I'm always active. I'm moving.
Wait, Muay Thai where? You all do Muay Thai?
She
had to fight too.
She put us all in it. But I'm such a girly girl. I broke a nail. We was doing wrestling that day, and Kino was my partner, and whatever we was practicing, my nail literally snapped in half. Thankfully, it wasn't to where it was painful, but it was just
breaking a nail is you feel it in your soul. I'm sweating just thinking about it. It hurts so bad.
I love everybody at the gym though. I would go to see everybody and just train, but she signs up for the fights. She's a part of this for real. And I'm just here to learn a little self-defense.
I wanted to do Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. There's a gym,
cool.
but they were your nose ring will get ripped out. You have to take everything out. And I was like, yeah, no.
I'm not going to.
You just take it out for a second and put it back on.
No.
I used to have a belly ring. See, that had to go. I had a belly ring, and it wasn't even the standard one. It was a surface belly ring.
Yeah.
So we was doing just body conditioning with body hooks, and then this piercing already was just going through it. And so I was like, you know what, today's the day. I gotta take it out indefinitely. So
and I love getting pierced.
I love piercings, and I had to stop doing piercings, and I have reverted to tattoos instead.
So what did you do during your healing period?
Because at least when I had the tattoo, I just wore leggings and I didn't spar. But I just kept it covered until the peeling phase was over. I'm all right, back to exposure.
There's no way.
She's committed.
So when's your next fight?
Well, for that, we're still looking for someone in my weight class. So
you're pretty tiny.
Yeah.
So
I fight 105. I think 95 to 105 between that weight.
And what are you 95?
You're oh my god!
I'm right there. Barely made it.
You know how long it took me getting triple digits growing up? I'm 112 now. So
okay, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So there's literally nothing you guys don't do. You're we got this.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we can support you all kinds of ways.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, let's get into some of these questions. I feel when I was watching, there's so much Like, I don't get sitting in front of you how people are confusing you for triplets.
Okay, that's the first time we've heard that. Okay, I'm glad to hear that. Actually.
Like, you guys look like siblings. Like, obviously
yeah.
you're related, but it's not giving, like, same time.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
I feel
I
that.
feel like it's when our hair also like syncs up in styles, like especially during the summer.
When
So,
was
like,
that?
if we
Because
all
every
have
interview I've seen you all look different.
Look
Every
completely
video,
different.
everything.
We used to
I
be
don't know.
consistent, but
Okay.
like I think summertime is like if all of us might end up having braids, and then that's when they'll probably say, but we still get it everywhere we
Them
go.
two
Yes.
get it.
We get it
the
the most too. Like, oh, are you guys twins? Like
no, we're
all the
we're
time.
siblings.
I would start lying. I'd be like, yeah.
This
Duh.
lady
You know
in Walmart,
what?
she was like, "Did I just see you, or you have a
She
twin?"
got
I was like, "No, that
confused.
was my sister. You probably just saw her, but I don't see it. I feel like our features are slightly different. We just
Yeah.
have strong genes, like you said, like siblings."
I think it's kind of like when people talk about like Beyonce's kids.
Mm.
It's like you guys just aren't used to seeing people like that resemble each other.
Yeah.
Like, you guys all look alike,
Right.
but very
feel-
different in your own ways. Beautiful
Yeah.
girls. Beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Has it been hard? Like, you guys are in Atlanta,
Yeah.
Mhm.
born and raised.
Mhm.
You live in the same area where you guys went to school and
Yeah.
everything like that. Is it weird, like, doing music and doing everything, like, with everybody watching and judging? Or do you guys have a lot of support? How's that
Yeah.
work?
I think we have a lot of support. I think after a while, like we kind of got used to like the stares or anything else. It's like, oh, it's just regular at this point.
No, yeah, we're used to it. I think everybody who we went to school with either watched us growing up, like we all been at the same school from elementary, middle, high. So they literally seen us. And most of the time they're the ones like, oh yeah, I've been seeing y'all doing your thing.
It's
So
like,
a lot
I
of
remember
times,
y'all in class. Y'all were like quiet. Y'all were like,
yeah, we
big
really
and-
wasn't like that person talking in class or nothing. So they probably didn't even know we had any of this in us. So they're probably more shocked to be like, oh wow, y'all are really doing it. Cause y'all ain't saying nothing at school. Like
Yeah.
y'all was in and out, like y'all weren't a part of nothing. We was just going to school, except for obviously and not doing volleyball.
Everything.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
you two don't do
everything.
sports?
I went to art
She was
club.
in art club. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's something.
Yeah.
Because I can't draw, so that's something.
Right?
That's
and I
something.
was in band in elementary school and then like the beginning of middle school. And then
Okay.
after that, I was just
You
like,
was in chorus.
that was the last year.
But
But
you
my
was in
teacher, he found out we did music, so he would always be like, you need to join chorus. And I'm like, I'm not doing chorus.
Why?
Because I don't know. I was like, I don't want to join chorus. I don't want to commit because I can't come to everything. So I'm not going to sign up and then I can't do it.
Okay.
But I liked what he taught us. And he actually was like a free period for me because I didn't have to do much work. So
Because you probably already knew how to like read music and do everything. I would think that it would be easier to just like get the credit.
well, yeah, but I just didn't want to. I had gym. I was watching TV every morning. I was like, now I gotta go to chorus to come actually do performances with the school.
I don't like these people.
Right? I was like, let me just stay tucked away and not have to do anything. But
That's
yeah.
real. What were your grades in school? Not like what did you get, but like where'd you guys fall? Like 2 grades apart, 3 grades apart?
Yeah.
2 grades apart.
Yeah.
2
2
for
for
them,
us.
and then 2 for us, and then 4.
Yeah.
So you guys kind of were in and out, like not really
Yeah.
in school at the same time, but kind of like coming and going.
Mhm.
It'd be like for me, I'll have like 2 years by myself. Then Mimi will come in,
Yeah.
and then I'm about to leave, and then Anai will come in as soon as I leave. So they'll have like 2 years with each other.
Yeah.
So was that the last time you guys kind of had like, not that you don't have individuality, but you're very grouped together. You guys live together, right?
Yeah.
So live together, work together, chill together.
We chill separately
Yeah.
more now.
Okay.
Yeah, we all are into different things. So I know me and my boyfriend go out all the time. So
Okay,
we're either
boyfriend.
going to like concerts or festivals, or we'll do a trip every year, or we're foodies. So we'll go out to eat real quick on a
Yes.
weekday, on a weekend, don't matter. We're just going outside. So I feel like the things that we're all into kind of gives us our individuality.
Yeah.
And we really like prioritize that. Like, I need space from y'all, okay, today.
'Cause
Like,
I was wondering, like watching your interviews, you all are very like, it seems very emotionally mature.
mhm.
Yeah.
So I'm like 3 girls who are sisters, who are living together, eat, sleep, live, work, play.
Yeah.
Like there's no way. But that makes sense.
Mhm,
Like,
yeah.
because I'm like, this is too good.
No, yeah,
We
no.
also know like each dynamic in the house. So
Yeah.
like we joke about Keena being like the single mom because Keena will always make our food. Like
I'll make
even
sure
though we
that-
might be eating dinner at like 12 a.m. We
She
ain't
starts
gonna
like
go upstairs and cook. But we we gonna wait for her to finish cooking, then she'll be cleaning half of the time. And then like we also kind of deviated it to like different shifts. So like I'm morning shift because I always get up super early. So I'll prep the kitchen and stuff. I'll make breakfast. They don't eat breakfast, so I get all the food for myself. So I'm really happy about that.
She's trying to hit that weight class.
No.
Okay.
She's gonna cut it all anyway. Oh my god.
I enjoy it while I can. But I'll like kind of just do breakfast and stuff. I take care of the dog, and then like Mimi's kind of like mid-afternoon, and then Keena, she takes late night hours.
I think even our personalities just keeps us individual because she's very structured. Keena's like free. She just does her own thing.
Cute.
And I'm probably like a blend of both of them, maybe.
She'll be like, make sure we do this. We have this to do today. Like very structured. I'm a structure as in follow routine. Yeah. And Mimi's like a structure of, okay, make sure y'all have this, get this done.
Yeah.
So all checks and balances.
Yeah. That and we also try to communicate with each other.
Oh yeah,
so
we're big
communication.
on that.
We're big
on
the
how
communication.
each person likes to receive either critiques or feedback. Like even as sisters, we still check each other. We have bad days too. But we're big on communication. Like that's the foundation for us, honestly.
I love that. So with all the different ages, your new single was really like the visuals, everything was given 90s. Whose that idea? Was it all of you? Was it? I don't want to blame the oldest.
It's not intentional.
Because we just be scrolling online and then we'll see like, oh, this top is cute. Let's just wear this and let's do like I'll say for that look, we're just like, oh, let's do like a monochromatic look. We saw some cute tops, and then for us personally, especially with just like how our performance style is or what we just wear casually, like it's always baggy pants for me.
Yes.
Ever since our body type too, and then also ever since we left like the skinny jeans era, like I didn't want to go back. I didn't like the close fit pants anymore. It has to be baggy. It's just maximum comfort, and so that's really how we kind of fell into that. And actually, kind of looking back earlier, into our career, I noticed like even just how our style kind of shift, and the 90s influence unintentionally took over because it's also just very comfortable to wear. So.
It is, and I feel like you all have minimal makeup. It's giving like 90s fine vibes. Minimal makeup, still bad, cute outfits. Like I love it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Who do you guys pull influence from? Like, is it 90s, 2000s? Do you do a mix? Because you guys look similar in a sense of there's a theme, there's a color, but it's still very different.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely like early 2000s, 90s vibe. Like, and I was saying like the baggy pants, we do mostly close fit tops. We're big on like racer jackets, oversized. So I feel like we're more into like tech, but still make it chic. Like, I know for me, make it chic and girly still. But for me, as long as my hair looks good, the outfit can do whatever it wants to do. Honestly, for me. But I think Keena and I have more like bold statements that we pour into like our style. But I would feel like that early 2000s that would be our style. Like
I would say that in Pinterest. Just go with your Pinterest.
Pinterest. I learned about so many different like just outfit like trends. Like there's subversive fashion, so it's like all like the distressed look, the streetwear. There's so much that like we got exposed to because of Pinterest. Like even now, like I have like a casual like hairdo, but like in like different contents and stuff now, like I'm like kind of styling my hair differently because of like just my style like kind of changing over time. So it really just depends on what I see on that Pinterest board.
I would say that, and I would say for me and Anai a little bit, it's like anime and stuff like that, because certain animes and stuff have like good, bold, standout pieces, or like it's really cute.
So I've never heard that. What do you mean? Like you just pull, like if you're watching it, you're like, oh, I like this, let me get like a, because I'm not super big in anime.
No, like for one of the videos that we did for like a Doja Cat video, I was like, okay, they have like hunter green on. I don't have a lot of things that's hunter green, but I do have a cosplay vest from Naruto that has that hunter green. Let me pull that on, and then that pulls the people from like the anime community as well.
Yeah,
that's smart.
Yeah,
that's really smart. Do you feel like you guys are able to appeal to everybody because you guys are so different individually?
Yeah, because we all have different interests as well. Like Mimi pulls in all the beauty girls, and I pull in all the cosplayers, gamers. I pull in cosplay gamers. Like we all have like different like niche and like things that we enjoy.
Yeah.
Do you guys play the same games?
No. Well, nah. Keena, you can talk about yours. You go first.
I'll play like first shooter games, or like I'll play games with friends. So like me and my best friend, we be linking on games. We'll find like the randomest game. The last game that we played, we were like cooks for America, but you had to use the gun to like flip the patty and do everything. So I'll just play random games or like first shooter games.
Yeah.
And I do story-based
I love
games.
story-based
Yeah.
games.
I
I
can't
ain't
sit
got
on the
time to be in the
story.
lobby with people. I'm trying to make decisions. I like horror games. So
Okay.
like I'll give it Bendy and the Ink Machine Poppy playtime, like Resident Evil, and then just story-based games like The Walking Dead. Or I can't do the shooter lobbies. I just don't have time for that. And then I don't have PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live, and I'm not paying that fee a month to play with other people. I could just get the story-based game and play by myself.
I feel like I get enough people every day.
Yes.
The people aren't as bad, depending.
Side eye.
It depends.
And you're like, I'm just over here doing my makeup. Like, I don't even care.
You know what's funny? Me will actually play games on like our old console system. So like the Xbox 360, she'll play like the first Black Ops there.
Yeah.
Or there's a game Rayman Legends, she'll play that.
I play that, or there's this Overcooked game where any cooking like tycoon game where you gotta do the dining and serve the people. I play those games. That's fun to me. Like I need objective and a goal to reach versus like just free play and do your own thing because I need structure. I'm like, what am I doing? It's a waste of time. Like I need a goal to reach, or Mario Kart, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'll sit with the night while she's playing story-based games because it's kind of like a TV show.
Yeah, you're going through the story, seeing twists and turns.
Lakina, she can keep up.
I had her go on my game one time. I just told her to move. I was like, I know you don't have to shoot or anything. Just stay in the corner, move around until I get back.
They be yelling and all the. I'm like, don't ever give them headphones.
But the games be worth it if you have like a really good team, because then you don't necessarily hear all the people until like the game ends.
That's real.
Yeah.
How would you guys do like a deal because you have your music? It kind of gives me, and I hate to just group this just because, but Meg the Stallion.
Okay, yeah.
Like, would you guys do something similar to how she did, or like a game-based deal, like where you guys are singing in one of the games or something, or do you want to keep it separate and apart?
Yes, no.
I want to get on Fortnite.
The realms, like since even there's this show that we like, Arcane,
Oh,
and
yes.
like it's based off of the video game League of Legends, and just being able to get on the soundtrack of like one of those games, or even just the show of it, like that would be dope. Because they actually had like made a group within the game called KDA, and like it's basically like some of the voices for like the songs was like I'll say True Damage. It was like Kiki Palmer. They had Becky G, like just different artists that was singing the soundtrack of it. And I was like, if we could do
something
that,
like that
and then we
cool.
put our cosplay fits too with it, like it would be so cool. So if we can fuse those realms.
I didn't see you guys talking about this in any of your other interviews. Do people know you guys like game and stuff?
Some people do.
Yeah,
We have like one of my friends, they did an interview with us talking about like gaming and stuff, and even included Mimi with like cartoons, because Mimi doesn't really
I don't
watch
watch anime either. So gaming is a little bit more of like, okay, I know what they're talking about. So I feel like they just drag me into their world, and I love the people there. Mind you, when we go to events or like the cons, because they invite us to the cons.
That's what I was
all
going
the
to ask.
time.
Do you guys go?
Yeah. Well, I think I went maybe 2 or 3 times, but like I'll go and I record them do their thing, and then I'm there just like enjoying all the cosplays. But they're like, no, Mimi, you need to cosplay, you need to do this. I'm like, y'all, I'm just here to support, But I'll come for the cause if we need to. Like we cosplayed
Huntrix.
K-pop
Demon Huntrix.
And we also cosplayed like the main 3 Demon Slayer characters as well.
That's so crazy. Have you guys been into this forever? Like, I feel like Atlanta, we think like glitz, glam, fun, inches, beauty, makeup, like
all me.
How did you guys, like, did you feel supported with everything being in Atlanta? Was this just something to be different? Like, because you had the music, you wanted to do something outside of that?
I feel like, well, honestly, the influence of like the anime and stuff kind of came later into the career. Yeah. But early on, we were always,
I would say for me, I was always into it.
Yeah,
and then I would have little pieces here and there. Like even for like the very first photo shoot that we did when we were younger, I had like a fairy tale symbol necklace. I was like, I'm going to show them anime nerd.
Yes, do it.
Yeah. For me, it was a closet anime nerd, because back then it wasn't that popular
cute.
at that
It
time.
cool.
It was I was like, I can't let y'all know how I roll. But with my friends, I did like they even like put me on to like stuff like I was in elementary school and I had no idea what this character was, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. I love her pigtails. Like this is character Hatsune Miku, and I was like, oh, I love her stuff. And this is when I got exposed first to Japanese media, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is a whole realm I don't understand, but I love it. And really just kind of us being in like the music industry scene with like the stuff that we were into, I think it was more so kind of just worried about getting our name out there first. And then as we kind of developed as artists over time, then we started adding in like, okay, well, we like this. We enjoy this type of media stuff.
Like get to know me.
Yeah. I feel like it's also just because we are all actually into different things our whole life, like the different style. I feel like people a lot of times don't even know we're from Atlanta. One, because of how we talk, two, how we dress. But I think we've always been into different things, and I feel like it kind of helps us be more broad. But I think it makes us also stand out here in Atlanta because it's not what you're used to seeing.
Yeah.
And we bring either a different sound, we perform, or different looks with our clothes. So I feel like it kind of helps us here in Atlanta, and I think just what we're into makes us stretch beyond.
What do you think? Do you guys feel like being from Atlanta has had an impact on the way you guys do music or do?
Oh, yes.
We
The
can
performance, first off, the performance scene, when you in ATL, I don't know where else y'all be doing shows, but when you in ATL, everybody is a celebrity.
Everybody.
That venue, I'm telling you, ain't nobody walking in there like they nobody. So when you perform, when you just an artist in Atlanta, you already kind of got, I don't say like that aura, that vibe, that,
You have
I'm
the
coming
confidence.
here.
Yeah.
And like, it's funny because when we go to other places or we perform in different states and stuff, you don't see that.
We're
like
so
that. Except when you're down here.
Like, we go other places.
It's crazy.
I definitely feel that. And we sat with a producer actually, and he was playing us different tracks, and they sounded good, but we're like, it needs that little like a little more 808.
Atlanta
Like
swag.
we need Atlanta swag, and we realized that trap, but a little more melodic is what we were looking for, and I think that's definitely from being down south and like the music that we listen to. We also love like crunk music and stuff like that, so we be wanting to sprinkle a little bit of that into our music. It's not your typical girl group sound, but that's what we be wanting to do because that's what we either grew up partying to, or we just always had a good time. Like our goal with making music is just to like express those different emotions. Like you have your music for when you're doing your fireworks show. You have your music when it's 4th of July. I mean, not 4th of July.
There's always music.
Yeah, like, but
music.
for different occasions that make you get into that mindset, I feel like we create for that too.
Do you get pushback when you ask for like the more melodic sounds or more like bass or anything? Are they like, no, like be softer, be cute?
Yeah, honestly, we get a lot of stuff that tries to put us into like, oh, like have this kind of cutesy like kind of aesthetic. We get so many. I've seen like we get like comments like, oh, y'all need to soften up a bit, but I'm like, if you see how I just dress on the normal, you know, I got that thug in me. You can't just like I can switch it when I need to, but like even when we record music videos, we just did a music video for that.
So girly,
and it's a girly song, but there is not that many. Like it's not like that girly bone in my body to like really be giving diva all the time. I can do it to an extent, but like once it gets past that limit, I start pointing at the camera like I can't do that.
You're like, be gentle.
Yeah.
I would say even then, like even the first few like songs of our career, we were like, we're not doing a boy love. Oh, I love him. So we're not doing that. We're not talking about no.
No, I feel like we always play like the hard to get. It is a type of love song. It's always like you gotta work for me, like something like that.
Yeah.
Versus like I think Keena and I are okay with like slowly getting to that because we are in relationships. But
That's what I was gonna ask. Like it's giving lovey. You two are in relationships.
Yes.
You're not, right? So how is that? Are you guys like, I want to sing about being in love and I'm happy? And she's like, no.
I feel like we're on top of that with her because we're also like, no, they gotta work for it. Like it's too easy. I think maybe because of like seeing the girls around us or peers or whatever, like going through things with guys, you can kind of split that switch.
No.
Yeah. And it's like, you know, lovey-dovey when you're with your boo, but like when it's in the music, it's like, no, you need to work hard. Right?
Like, this is my job.
Yeah.
You're not coming to work with me right now.
Even like just at the context of the music, it's like, oh, don't think this is easy. You gotta actually work for me. Like if you like me, I need to see it. Like that's the type of energy we bring into the music. I think also just giving women that message of like, don't accept the bare minimum from a guy. Like they're supposed to do specific things. Like that's not enough. And I think we put that in our music just to empower women.
Is it hard for you guys to date? Is that why you're not dating? Or
are you dating? Because I am happy alone.
Are you like if he finds you, are you going to accept it? Are you not looking?
I mean, I really am not looking because I got so much to worry about with my career. So like.
Somebody at the gym just like trips you up, gets you right, and you're like, oh yes. No, you're like, no.
I ain't got time for this. I really do not have time for this. I'm like, I got that word. You have your whole life to be in a relationship.
You do, and
I'm trying to enjoy my youth.
That's real.
No, that's real.
For you two, do you feel like people know who you are and like try to approach you, or did you how'd y'all meet your boyfriend?
Our stories are so funny because they're kind of similar, but they're not. So I don't know. I'm trying to give the short-ended, short-winded. Yeah. Okay, so my boyfriend, his cousin used to talk to me, but like as friends. I didn't know he really liked me, but I met his cousin at like a party, so we ended up becoming friends, and then we ended up dating like the end of my high school year, so like 12th grade, the end of.
So y'all been together for a minute.
Yeah, so it's been like 7 years, so we've been together for a long time, and I was never like the dating type. Like if I ever talked to anybody, it was because I actually liked you. So I realized I was probably never gonna be in that dating pool, like just meeting new people, because I'm an overthinker. I always look for my exit out if I don't like you, and I still get approached to, like, even at events.
That's what I was gonna ask.
No, yeah, we do get approached.
Because the men in Atlanta, and the women. I mean, it's we've been approached before, but like I have a really good relationship with my boyfriend. Like I tell him everything that be happening. We be mostly laughing about it and stuff, but nothing's happened crazy that it was like, I just brush off anybody who's trying to holler.
I would say for me, I met my boyfriend through my best friend, and I didn't know she had a brother.
Yeah, none of us do.
You're dating your best friend's brother?
Yeah, I never knew she had siblings or anything, because we always thought she was the only child. Because whenever she came over, we would only hang out and see her. She would kind of give that
only child energy. She just had
she said,
much,
I wish,
like ball of energy. Like she didn't want to go home. We did not know she had siblings.
Yeah, but I met him through her, and we ended up like playing the game together and talking. We're like, we're friends. And then after a while, I was like, oh, okay, we have feelings for each other afterwards. So
and how long have y'all been together?
We've been together for 6 years.
Yeah.
So you got some weddings probably coming up soon.
Wait, say it again.
I said she has some weddings probably coming up soon. Like, it's a long time.
All of my friends are like, I'm just waiting of the day. I'm like, keep waiting. Just once.
You got time.
Yeah, and I just I would rather set myself first before doing that, because this career, I want to have a steady income, steady all that before, because we even be watching videos about when you get married, your lives are tied together and stuff. Yeah. So I want to make sure all my ducks in a row, because you're an add-on in a good way, not I need you, I can't suffice for myself.
You still have to have your own life and your own avenue.
Yeah.
What does that look like for you? You said very specifically, I want certain things. So what do you guys want for Mako Girls?
Oh my gosh, it's
definitely a solid fan base that is the Beehive, or with Billie Eilish fan base, they show up and show out for her. Melody Martinez even is a different artist, where even you go to their concert and the fans
you can see that how they concert is going on.
Yeah, really having that solid fan base that when we're oh, we got this song coming out, and they're just showing up and showing out, and thousands to support and stuff. And then even just being able to, the ultimate goal is to be the next household name as a girl group, and especially just breaking the stereotypes of girl groups, because a lot of people, even just investing into us, they're we're kind of hesitant because girl groups, they tend to break up. We can't really
and you guys are family, and
we've been together for 12 years. So our history alone kind of shows that we mean what we say about being a girl group and wanting to be out there in the industry.
I think also with us, having that strong core fan base, we can also venture off into those different things that we're into as well, and still be Mako Girls, and people still support us in every avenue we go down. Because I really think of Rihanna when it comes to that. She does her music and people love her, but they're also going to go buy Fenty Beauty, and they're going to go.
Rihanna doesn't do music. Rihanna does makeup.
Right now, she does makeup. But
Rihanna is
she said,
girl, I made my money.
But even with her going into her new, because we're all upset about it. Where's the other music? Where's the music?
She just dropped a picture of her in a studio.
Okay, so
So I mean,
Maybe-
I don't trust her. I mean,
right, she might be trolling and like just making us.
She was there with her man. I don't trust her.
Right, she was by herself doing nothing.
She's like, you didn't see the lip gloss in the corner?
Right, that's what I came here for. But literally, that's what I think we want, like, to have that fan base that supports us through every avenue, wherever we go, they're still there.
Yeah.
But our goal is to hit those main stages, be the headliners of Coachella, do a tour, and open up for our favorite artists, and also like just like building a empire of our own where people connect with us and just being a positive light in the industry. I feel like we've heard so many stories. So we just want to be that group that people was like, I loved working with them. Like they gave us a safe environment. We felt comfortable. We would travel with them. It was like family. Like we want to leave that impression on. That is our like goal, is to leave that impression on everybody we work with. And that's a part of the team. So we're always excited to like expand with that.
So is there anybody that you guys were like, oh my gosh, I want to work with them so bad, and then you did and you were like, they suck?
No.
We haven't
collabed.
Okay.
But I think that's probably we're so
or
scared
open for, or
right.
Oh, I guess with anyone that we open up, we just haven't had a chance to actually talk because stuff is so hectic. Like you're in and out, in and out, in and out. So like when we even did like the Ashanti one, we saw them briefly backstage. It was like, oh hi, and then like we had to go to the front
like,
because we wanted to see the performance, and then it was like, all right, well, already left.
Yeah, but I think we're also okay. Like we're not really like chasing anybody, so whatever naturally comes, that's what we're looking for. So we, even though we see or meet a lot of people, we don't really hover. We're more like, oh, okay, like, they'll see us, and if we see them, we'll speak, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But we're not like, oh, I hope they come back and follow them around and like.
That's not Atlanta. You're like, we see you guys. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So come around.
It's really just also us because we be going to places and we don't know who some people are half the time. So we just be chilling, just treating it like we just
like treat everybody the same.
Yeah.
Don't know who they are, and they'll tell us, we're like, oh, okay, cool. We was just talking to them about some completely
chopping it up, like we just chilling.
That's happened many a times.
Is there an artist that you guys are like dying to work with? It doesn't have to be the same person. But
Lil Jon.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yes.
I say Chris Brown. I think it'll be good. Like a nice summer banger. And the way he performs, I think we would just eat.
I'll say Doechii.
Really?
Good one, yeah.
I could see that with your personalities.
Yeah.
You guys aren't scared for Chris, like with the dancing?
Mm-mm.
I mean,
like,
you guys dance really well.
Yeah, so I'm like, bring it. I don't know why it is for us.
Have like a dance break moment too. That'd be so dope.
The hard dance routine.
The
for some reason, we catch on to that quicker than the easy stuff.
ones.
So I'm like, bring it on, Chris. What you got? Like,
I will never forget like that backflip on beat. I'm always like, I could never.
No, I'll leave him with all the stuff.
Yeah, like never.
No.
Never. When you said your fan base, so like, who's the ideal girly? Like, who is your fan?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We was talking about this.
Right. Yeah. I'm trying to see.
It varies.
I know for sure it's like the dancers, like people who enjoy like, doing like different dance routines and stuff. Because I see them on TikTok. So when they learn to dance to our music, they're like, oh my God, I just love y'all song. I could dance to this all day. So I feel like people who dance to somebody, I would say, would be somebody that's a fan of us, or even
the people in the anime community, gaming community,
K-pop community,
the beauty girls,
the ones who don't take stuff too seriously. I feel like that's our fan base. Like if you're lax, if you like artsy things, if you're just a creative at heart, you just have a lighthearted spirit, then I feel like you would be into what we're doing because we basically give that off. We're never like acting too cool for school, so those people gravitate to us. Like we always find each other if
those
we're at a party.
For the vibes.
Yeah, because it's literally us.
Is that hard in Atlanta? Because like I've been here for like 6 years.
Okay, yeah.
And I love Atlanta.
Yeah.
But I do have like a love-hate relationship with Atlanta.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you meet those girls that are like, well, I don't want to talk to them. Like they're nobody. Like I want to, like the clout chasers, or like, well, no, like I'm not supporting them because I do this. So is that hard? Like here?
It's depending upon the event that you're at. Yeah. Because we performed at certain places where people were like, it was just too cool. Like, oh, I can't put my hands up and show I'm supporting. But we
be like, okay, we're the only ones in there. Like, hey.
We turn up. Like, it can be difficult at times. But because we also ain't trying to be cool with them people either.
Yeah,
it don't bother us. We're like, hey, okay, you're not vibing. Hey, that's on you. Like, we here to just chill. But when you do find those people in the city, like, you just start staying connected with those circles, and then you meet more people
Like
that type of energy. And like we try to stay away from those that just be like,
we can tell already off the bat though if they're like that, so we don't even bother.
Entertainment.
And most people who are like us, they'll kind of come up and be like, "Oh my God, I love your music. You did so good," or something like that. Like people who will come up and speak. We like treat everybody like they're a bestie or something anytime we meet people. So I feel like you'll sense it, and then we just kind of like we're not checking to talk to many people anyway. We're pretty much we have each other, so
like it's okay.
It's okay. Yeah. 9 times out of 10.
You guys are pretty well traveled. Do you have like a dream venue? I know you said Coachella.
I would say Tokyo, Japan. Somewhere in Tokyo, Japan.
It's happening.
Or there, hitting Japan, hitting Korea, hitting Brazil
especially.
Oh my gosh, we get so much support from like people in Brazil. They're like, please come out there. And we're like, we want to. We really do.
They're like, send for me.
Yes.
Tell your people to call my people.
We do it all the time in our lives. We be like, listen, if you know a music festival, like tag us on it. Like we'll find a way. Just get us to the events because we don't know what goes on out there. We don't know what shows they got. But Brazil definitely. Yeah. Sure.
Would you do like one music fest?
Yeah.
Or have you done one?
No, we would love to though. I think a lot of those music festivals. I know it's another one. Is it Rolling Loud?
I was just gonna say Rolling Loud because I know they do Miami. I don't know if they come here. I know Miami and New York for sure.
Yeah. I was thinking that too, but that one for sure I would do. I think we would do.
Do you guys write your own music too?
We write and we write with other writers as well. So we're open to like receiving demos. We'll sit with writers. Honestly, that's the best way we like to write because we can bounce ideas off each other. We tend to sync up a lot.
Or get stuck, or we'll just be like, that does sound right, and we'll
all be stuck on the same way. So somebody different coming in, like throwing a different direction. We love working with somebody.
Is there any do you have a favorite Atlanta producer or beats person or writer?
Honestly, no. We really at least in Atlanta, we just take what we get. Like some people just be like, hey, we got this beat, we want to see if y'all like it, and then we got some beats from France, and those are our favorite beats.
Yeah,
but, that's what I think Lil Uzi's song that's all over. It was a French song.
Oh wow!
And that's the French verse. I'll show you guys the video after.
Yeah.
But it's when you see it, you're gonna be like, oh, duh. But a lot of people I've noticed are sampling songs and putting different languages in and overlaying.
Oh wow! Yeah, the producer. I don't remember how we connected with him, but he's from France and sent over a lot of the beats that we use for a lot of our songs. Yeah. But I think we haven't also been able to connect with a lot of producers here. That I think the realm of producers, we're still learning how that connection happens. We've done a little more with writers and I think just in the creative field, DJs and dancers and things like that. But the producer realm, that's where we're at now, trying to get more connected with them and different people for sure in Atlanta, because we know it's a lot of them
so many. And they're out in the wild. I went to F1 and I ran into QC and I was like, you're just standing in line chilling. I love that for you.
Yeah, I think also we probably wouldn't know who they are seeing them versus hearing their tags. Or for me, I'm still decoding some of these people's tags, being like, oh, that's your name. Okay, I get it now. I know what songs you produce. So I feel like we're doing that phase of learning who's who, what they look like, that.
Do you feel like women in the industry, you don't have to say who, but do you feel like you ever get tried? In a sense of if you want this beat, you're single, hey girl. Well, that's good.
Never happened.
No.
I feel like you always hear the horror stories of women I tried, it's not working, I can't. So you've had a pretty good experience overall?
Yeah, overall we haven't had anything like that. I think also we're always with our management all the time. So I feel like people come a certain way too whenever they're working with us. We rarely get that experience of people trying to try us because we're always.
So do you, for an artist, would you recommend then that they send everything through their managers so then people don't have to have the contact with you? Not that you don't want to talk to them, but just to alleviate any drama?
I honestly say, as an artist, just always move with your team so that you're not just moving independently. More eyes, more people that's, looking out for you. And, that's how it is traveling with our families. There's more people who wants to protect us, make sure that we're in the right rooms and the right spaces. If my meter is not going off of I don't know if I like their energy or their vibes, someone else's is, and they're gonna let that know to me. So it's just move with your team and then make sure that the team that you are with has the best interest for you and make sure that they kind of handle that stuff.
I
too
think
at the same time.
also you can be present with your management team, because
Mhm.
a lot of times that's really what happens with us. It's like they're really handling the call, but we're there hearing
Yeah.
everything. And then we
Yeah.
also feel big on like building that connection too. So it's just being present with the team there, so that way they can know how to come correct anytime they're working with you, and like they can't just slide and talk to you separately. It's like
No, and I do love that about you girls. I did want to say, when I was listening to some of your interviews, I love how you spoke about having ownership and like knowing what you're signing, reading what you're
Yeah.
signing, and
Yes.
making sure that like you're doing stuff that you want to do.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're big on that. I feel like you live one life, so do everything that you want to do in this lifetime, and you don't have to sign up to do stuff you're like not passionate in, because everything takes a lot of hard work. I
Yeah.
think if you're gonna put in all this work and effort, do
You might
what
as well
you
like it.
want to do,
Right.
right?
That, and we worked so hard to kind of get ourselves to where we are now,
Yeah.
especially with the team and everything as well. So it's like, it's kind of hard to be like, okay, yeah, take it over. It's like,
Yeah, we
nah.
kind of got takeover spirit still, sometimes. Definitely.
Where do you guys pull like your inspiration for like songs?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you just hear stuff and you're like, okay, I like this? Or who were
Yeah.
you guys inspired by?
We were initially inspired by like TLC, how, like
Yeah.
how they have longevity in their music and also like put a message and like made it fun. So
Yeah.
that was like the initial, and then afterwards, each person kind of had like artists that they like and listened to and wanted to implement bits and pieces. So like for me, I like Melanie Martinez with their K through 12 project. She added like sound effects to kind of immerse you into the song.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, for snakes, let's put like have some kind of effect or something to kind of immerse them into the music.
Yeah, so our engineer started adding like the rattlesnake sounds in the music and things like that. I think also when it comes to the style, I feel like who we listen to, like I listen to Doja Cat, I would say to add into Mako Girls, so I listen to other people too. But like Doja Cat, I mentioned Chris Brown, or who else could I say? Maybe like her, like all of them have their own stamped sounds, and I think that's what influences the music and how we create. It's like you want to hear Mako Girls every time we create music, and then taking inspiration from people's stories, what they talk about. I think we're in the phase of like adding more of our life into the music, because at first it was just like work hard, you know, we're the baddest, whatever. But now like adding a little more substance for them to either A, get to know us, or B, being able to tell somebody else's story in the music. So that's where we're at now, just whatever phase in life we wanted to people to connect more.
Yeah, say that. I think, and then for me, it's mainly a feeling sometimes when it comes to
Yeah,
at least just
it's
like
us
adding
too.
stuff to songs, because we'll record music and I'm like, all right, this sounds good. Or like, even when we select a beat, it's based off of the feeling of the song. Like, I ain't got what the song's gonna be about, but if I'm vibing with the beat already, then I'm like, okay, this, I can see where we can go. Like, I know we're gonna do something to this. I don't know what, but I know there's a vision there.
Yeah.
And that even when we're just kind of constructing the song, I like to listen to a wide range of music and just like different artists. So like I like to listen to soca music. So I love how it's lively and like you just feel energized whenever you're listening to it. Or even Michael Jackson, like the way how his songs are full, like you feel like the full harmony and stuff, and just backgrounds. And even like jazz pop artists, there's one by the name of Lofty, and just how the melodies of it's just making sure that we implement stuff like that into our music. And just it gives it a different feeling when you are listening to it. It's not just, the song. It's like you have the lyrics, you have the backgrounds, you have the harmonies, like all of it blending together to make it like
A good experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
experience when you're listening to it.
What would you consider like your genre then?
Yeah, it's like urban pop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we have like the rap cadence from time to time, but we can sing. We also do harmonies, but like we have a little more like, it's like more accents here and there too. So I feel like it's a blend of that. And I would say R&B as well, but for sure like urban pop.
Do you think, is it hard for you? I feel like it's not how it was like late 90s, early 2000s, in a sense of if we were doing an interview, somebody would just be like, sing something right now, go.
Yeah.
And they would just sing. And I feel like they would be good. But now I feel like there's not a lot of that. Everybody has like an auto-tune mic. Everybody has like their different versions of what they consider singing versus performing. Is it hard for you to find inspiration since a lot of people don't really sing anymore?
I feel like it is a little bit, but not probably because I feel like we just have a different sound, so it's hard to find an example to follow. So we are always just like kind of coming off the top of our head, or even maybe pulling little bits from everybody to like make what we would we would do.
Yeah, I would say the only hard thing is like since nobody kind of has a sound that we have, it'd be very difficult whenever we're trying to go to different events, trying to
Match up with
match up
Yeah.
everything.
Because
Or
they
even
will
picking
kind of
songs to
see, right, because like they'll see our looks online and sometimes they'll think, at least I'll say if I was to reference one, we have a picture for the cover work and it's like very girl boss, like it's very cute. And then they're asking us to perform and so they're thinking they're going to get kind of like a Destiny Child performance, but then they get TLC, they're like, whoa, like
we wasn't prepared for that.
Because even in our show sets, whenever we perform, we like to perform all of our like upbeat songs. Like we like to get a vibe going because when we be
you don't want
at
people
show,
in there crying.
yeah, like I want to turn it up,
waking
but
them
we are the
up.
performing artists and we here to like we're here to have a good time, and so it's really gauging like okay. What type of song should we do from our catalog? Because we have a song, Mad Hype, that's just straight rap. It's like a crunk song in a way. And so we can't do that at every event. So we just kind of cater to different songs. We have one, Work is what we'll do for like our girl boss events. And Think About You is what we do for like music festivals because it's something that's catchy and it gets the audience one engaged and it's something catchy for them to kind of just sing along to if they wanted to.
Yeah.
And so really it's just picking the vibes for the right stuff.
Yeah. I think also just trying to be prepared, like having something for everything just trying to be as prepared as you can be. But staying true to yourself because we also know like sometimes you go into an event trying to match what the energy is, but maybe they need something completely different.
Yeah.
And we also stand on that too. Like, let's bring them, they've been hearing rap all night. Let's go sing up there and dance. Yeah. Like, I think that's the biggest, like our biggest super weapon in Atlanta for sure. It's like, everybody's rapping.
We do both. Everybody's a rapper.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So we'll come out and we're rapping, we're singing, we're dancing, like all at the same time. And you're like, oh my God, y'all have the choreography down. You're so in sync. Like we'll bring something completely different to the atmosphere because they've probably been listening to the same thing all night.
So how do you guys prep for that? Because you all look very fit. You all look amazing. Very different bodies, shapes, sizes. You guys are tall, smaller. How do you guys stay ready for all the working? Because people think that that's easy. But like I watched Beyonce's performance recently and I was like, oh my God, like laps, like fans. I'm like, girl, I'm out of breath watching you.
Right. I think when it's prepping for a show, there's definitely a lot more conditioning happening. Yeah. So we had like our takeover concert. We were doing rehearsals like every other day and it was like 4-hour rehearsals. The very last one was like 8 to 10 hours. So, and we're conditioning in those rehearsals, like the beginning, like 20, 30 minutes is us doing jumping jacks, suicide. We did suicides for
running and singing,
running and singing,
doing wall sits and stuff, like, and then even when you're doing like I'll say like the ab circuit is to help with like your breath support, and so the running and singing is helping with like conditioning your stamina. And so really, when it comes to those bigger shows, that's when you get those longer hour rehearsals, 4 to 6 hours or 8 hours even. Yeah. And then even just for like maintenance for like even smaller performances, it's only 2 songs, but you still want to make sure you have like the conditioning for it. So you just drill the song at least. I think like we do at least 5 to 10 times, and because we know the songs so well, like for us, it was really just sharpening up everything and making sure we just have formations right, everything's in sync, and then we keep it moving, and then we'll just do like the jumping jack circuit of stuff. So really
I would say, ironically, like the learning new choreography and stuff like that. That usually be our favorite part. Yeah, like yes, we get to work, we get to go ahead and learn something new, do a whole new dance and everything. Conditioning though, that I got that.
Yeah. She'll
find sports. It's in me.
Yeah, she's okay. She wants the challenge. I'm okay too. Like I think when we're in that zone, I'm good. But it's like on our downtime, or if we're not like prepping for something super big, it's more like general workouts, things like that. Like just to stay moving and fit. We're always moving. Like we're never still. We're always dancing. Yes. We been doing landscaping with our dad for some years, so we're always walking outside. Like we're always moving. So I feel like all of that kind of preps you for performance.
Yeah, there's no way. Like, I love that for you guys.
You try to figure out how we do it sometimes.
I always watch stuff and I'm like, I could never. Like, I'm not the person that's like, I could do that. I'm like, absolutely not. Like, they got it. Like, good job.
Yeah, I feel like there's moments where I'm like, and I got that. We're always like, and I got that when it comes to working out.
Yeah. I think I gotta push them.
Do you come up with the workouts? Like, how'd you guys figure out like what workouts work? Because I know we're in Hookah City. I'm assuming you guys don't do hookah.
No, we don't.
For your voice. No, so like, who comes up with like your regimen for like what workouts are gonna keep you where you need to be?
I feel like we kind of learn first from just the different boot camps or even just rehearsals that we've done. We take the key workouts that we've done from there, and then we just apply it. Yeah. And then really, I come up with a game plan of what we're gonna do for fitness because they don't want to do it, and I'm like, all right, guys. 100 jumping jacks, we got 101 of these, we're gonna run laps to do this. They can't stand it, but we be
I'd be the Summer Walker sister. I sing from right here.
Right? just stand there. No, yeah, she come up with the stuff or we'll learn it from somebody.
Yeah.
Okay. Creatively, like when you guys are doing your dances and coming up with everything, have you ever had anything that you were like, I don't know, and you kept getting pushed back and then it turned out really well, like either a project or... Because you all seem very creative and you seem like you have very strong opinions.
Yeah.
So did either of you or any of you go like super hard for something that it was like, I don't know, and then it turned out really well?
I feel like that'd be us for like our events that we would host. Like it would be like the whole process too. We're like, oh, are people gonna show up? Like we're stressing like the week before, and then all of a sudden the ticket sales will start going. We're like, okay, cool. So like y'all like the events and stuff. Y'all just gotta get these dates earlier because we try to make sure that we pack the venue. I feel like it really happens a lot more with events than it does music videos or elements like that.
We're pretty much in sync when it comes to videos and songs for the most part.
I would say the one song that they didn't like at first that I did.
Which song was
I
this?
thought was Divas. I did fuck with
that song. You look like you still don't like it.
It's like one of those. It's like a cutesy song. It's in there, but
it's very girl
snuck
power.
it
I was like, you know what, you guys, we've been doing like a lot of girl
we
empowerment.
Never performed that song
we
live.
never did afterwards. But I was like, you know what, we should do the song. We should do it. And they're like, no, we still did it.
We never performed it.
We never performed it, unfortunately.
I think it's Women's like Empowerment Month or like Women's Appreciation Month. Bust some dance moves out and get it on TikTok.
Oh my gosh, we're actually excited because this month I came up with this idea. Like every week we highlight somebody. So we're working with our vocal coach, like doing a song from Fifth Harmony, and I think just trying to show how we want to showcase it, what we're working on. But that was our idea this month, was just like highlighting somebody that we are inspired by and like putting it either if we're singing or like Normani, she's a dancing girly, so like
she does it all. She's like you guys. I mean, bodies, tea, dancing, singing.
Yeah, so highlighting her, I feel like we was trying to do something like that this month, like a girl group. Like we wanted to do something every week for each, like for a different person we were into.
And so far this week's been TLC. Next week gonna hit Normani.
Right? I think next week should go ahead and be Fifth Harmony. Yeah, because it's almost there. I think just how we want to present it is the thing now. Because we got the talent stuff together. It's just how do we want to show it.
How do you show it?
So it's not just like a regular sitting singing video. It's like a little more entertaining.
Do you guys have a favorite girl group?
It's funny, earlier, like when I was younger, it was TLC, and then when it got to like middle school, high school, that's when I got into like the K-pop a lot. So it was Twice, and then now I've fallen off like just mainstream like music like a lot. So if anything, I'm listening to like a lot of either Caribbean artists or just like one-off songs that I hear on TikTok. I'm like, oh, this is catchy, and then I listen to it.
TikTok will get you, man.
Oh my god, yes.
Those little 7 seconds, you're like, what is this?
Yeah, the DJ remixes, they be going crazy.
They need to hire them in the clubs today because they know what they're doing.
There's so many I have on YouTube that I'm like, play while I'm cleaning, play all day.
Seriously.
I have put, what is it? They mix Lose Control with what is it?
Let's Groove.
Yeah, Let's Groove. They mix that. I had put that in for a warm up when one day when we was practicing, and like the vibes were just there. Or the Noah Bounce like remixes to regular songs. I live for it.
No, yeah, they always eat with those. I think for girl groups, I know TLC. I think is across the board, but Destiny's Child was a group I really loved. And then I honestly sleeping on Danity Kane. We was talking about that group.
Love Danity Kane.
Yeah, they had so many good songs that we grew up like. Showstopper was like one of those songs.
What in the car? I was like, they were having time in the video.
Yes, so I think that those were the three groups I feel
I'll say Little
Mix. Little Mix, Fifth Harmony, like where when we started getting older, those groups that came out. I think Fifth Harmony more so than Little Mix.
So all of you across the board are TLC for sure?
Yes.
Who's your favorite person?
I was Chili.
I like
favorite.
Left Eye Style.
Yeah.
I like Left Eye as well.
I like T-Boz too, but that's more for her voice.
Yeah.
because I
Her
feel like
voice,
the
You know what? What's so underrated is having a low register main voice, especially nowadays in music. I love just low register voices. I don't sing in that range, sadly. That's me and Kina, but hearing people with a low register voice, I gravitate to those songs more. So even with TLC, like anytime you hear T-Bob's voice coming
So
in,
for
it's
people that might not know, like low register, can you provide like a modern example?
oh, her.
That's who I was thinking.
Yep. I love the tone, the range that she sings in. It's like, I don't listen
She's
to
so
R&B.
talented.
She is.
And she doesn't have to do too much. I love that for her. Like, she's not doing too much in the media. She's not doing too much when it comes to like her visual. She's just being
I'm
her,
here.
and I love that. I'm like, that's what she wanted in the beginning, so I love that for her. Anybody, I would say T-Boz also would be somebody when it comes to like, they kind of like talk. It's more sound like they're talking than like you're doing a lot, like maybe like a Beyonce. She's up there in the clouds with her vocals.
Yes.
You guys have opened for so many people.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready to headline your own show? Do you feel ready?
I would love to see
Yeah.
what we do headlining a show, because like even we would be thinking like, oh my gosh, if we was like to hit these stages like Coachella, like how would we put it? Man, we already picking our songs for what we would do for that. Like even just the visuals, we know exactly who we're working with, Kiki Eli for like that whole show set. Like we would love the opportunity to be able to headline. Like opening up is such a huge opportunity, and to be able to be the face, like, you know, actually headlining that event is something even better, and to have the audience too, as we're like performing, to sing back the songs to us. That's like
I think that's the one I'm
dream right
ready
there.
for, just to hear the crowd singing the song back to us.
Yeah.
I think we've done our own events where it's like we're headlining and we sell out the events ourselves. So to see the response from our own events, I'm excited to see how big it can get. And I think I want us to also have like that personal connection on stage. We're like literally talking to the crowd. I think I seen Sabrina Carpenter a couple months ago, and she just had a
engagement
moment.
is so wild.
I love this. She sat there and she was talking to the crowd. She's like, guys, y'all want to play a game tonight? She spins the bottle and it picks the song, and we're all singing with her. I thought it was so fun because you kind of got a moment to connect with her throughout her show. So I feel like us headlining, we would do something like that where we're like talking to the crowd, like genuinely like having a conversation.
So you're gonna be like Cardi B. She's having a time.
Oh my God, I love seeing her videos. I was like, at first I was like, oh, I don't need to see Cardi before. But after seeing that, I need to see Cardi's performance because she's having too much fun.
I want to go. I'm like, girl, when's your next one?
Right.
Like, I love this for you.
She's having such a good time. I love that. I saw her had no shoes on. She's just up there doing her thing.
Living her best life.
Yes. Yeah, so that's good for her.
Who would you guys have open for your headliner? If you got to pick. Do you have somebody that you've been watching that you're like, I'd like them to open for me?
There is a couple people that we've had open for us, and they are very talented. And I feel like
I was saying that's what I was about to say.
Priscilla Manning. Oh my God.
She sings like R&B, and she's really, really good. She also writes as well. She's like one of our good friends, but she's super talented. Her, and then Dantes Valentine.
Yes.
Super dope, like a lyricist. He's on our Outside remix. I'm trying to get it right. His performance is really good. Like, he brings a different presence that you don't hear in the music on stage. So I really like that. I think those two are like ones we're always like rooting for. Like, hey, we need y'all in front of more
like, keep
people.
going.
Anytime we're on stage, you guys come perform.
Is there anything like, you guys have been in this industry for a long time.
Yeah.
Is there anything that surprised you, like, as you've gotten older?
I feel like it's a lot. Well, I feel like it's a lot, and I'm trying to think.
I think really the way how social media kind of leveled the playing field for being in the music
exposure,
industry.
everything, yeah.
Because before we first, like, back when Instagram just like first came out, it was like for the labels to look at you, it would be 5,000 followers, 10,000, 100,000, and then now
it's
just beyond that. But even more so now, you have the same influence to, like, in the same way like how another artist would. Like, you're on the same playing field, and it's kind of, it just leveled it out a lot more. And so that kind of actually would help even our numbers grow as a girl group, because we had first hopped on TikTok when it first, you know, everybody was at home during the pandemic, and so our mom was like, you know what, y'all should post on there. Like, I think it'll do good. We was like, okay, whatever. Like, we wasn't really trying to get on TikTok, but then that really skyrocketed like how our audience really. And so I think that was something that was very surprising because the numbers we have now, like we would talk about having that back then, like, oh, this year we're going to try to get that number. Now we have it and it's just like, this is crazy.
Yeah. Something else that surprised us in the industry. I don't know. I can't think of anything right now that has surprised
I'm so glad
me.
I stumped you. I feel like you guys have been blowing through these.
Yeah, this one's got me. I'm like, something that surprised me. Maybe the fact that a lot of stuff is like planned and staged and things that you as like a person just watching in the audience would think it's like, oh, this is on the spot. Like, this just happened so natural. No, they prep that. And a lot of the times.
Everything.
Yeah.
It's so, like, down to a science.
Yes.
I was telling them when I went to see Beyonce, because I wasn't a fan.
Yeah.
After I left, I was a fan.
Okay.
Because I'm watching everything, like, down to the lights she had people hold.
Yeah.
Was all a part of the show.
That's
like
crazy.
the fans on the stage placement so she could take breaks without you knowing. I'm like, this girl is a planner.
She's prepared all the way through.
Yeah.
I think I noticed that even when it comes to just the content that's being created, like everything is like mapped out. I feel like you have to be like light years ahead of the present
so systematic.
time. And I'm like, that's one thing I feel like we always are trying to like get the reins of because they plan months ahead and we're like in present time versus how the industry, they're like, oh no, we already planned.
Like
the
this
first
like a
few
year.
months. We're in summer right now. And I'm like, hey.
Yeah, you guys have to look at like marketing plans. It's always like a quarter ahead of time.
Yeah.
Essentially. So like people are planning for summer like last month.
Yeah. Literally.
And it's like, okay.
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to catch up.
How do you guys keep up with that and your personal lives and everything? Like,
we try to schedule everything to the best of our abilities. So that iPhone calendar is most definitely
our best friend.
Dry erase board for the 1,000,001 to-do list because you know how many notebooks have been sacrificed to gotta do this, and I can't fill the book. I just dry erase board, really scheduling everything down to the T, even stuff that is on the schedule. It's like until that day, like you can either, like it's crazy maintaining it. Sometimes it doesn't, like it just kind of blends into one. Like there'll be mornings I wake up and I'm like, all right, I'm supposed to just do my morning routine, but I'm like, oh, I got all these videos to edit, so I wake up, get to editing, and then like 2 hours later, then I'm like, okay, now I can kind of take care of myself for a little bit, but then I gotta get back to work or do other stuff. But the more that we have like a solid structure and what we can do that day if stuff doesn't pile up, and stuff just does because you have a surplus of content or something gets sprung up at like the last second. And so when it does get like that, it's just finding a way to get back to
we even try to use like Canva, like out, like if I'm setting up a little thing, like, okay, this is what we're wearing for like the mood board. We set a mood board up on Canva. I'll add like everybody else on it so we can all kind of work individually because sometimes Mimi might be going to like class, going to school, coming back. I'll probably be available to do something. I'll show it to them. Like, okay, y'all can take it over, or this is what I have going on. Let's see if we can just add it in every once in a while.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't think I knew you were in school. What are you studying?
Cosmetology.
Okay.
Beauty girl through
license. Yeah, that's supposed to be. My teacher was like, oh yeah, y'all should be done by next year, May. I'm like, oh, bet. I'll be there this summer. I'll be there in the fall because I want to finish.
Do you actually want to do hair or you just wanted to know so you could do yours?
Both. I want to know how to do hair because I feel like that would be like a good like income as we're still growing. I feel like it's very lucrative business. So that, and then I have so many trauma stories growing up, like trying to figure out how to do my hair, and I'm crying when I leave the salon and all those things. So I had took it upon myself to learn through YouTube University, TikTok. So to go to school and actually learn the right way and taking care of my hair and being able to do my hair, that's what I prioritize. And then obviously to add to helping them out, even though I don't be one of them.
I was gonna ask, are you gonna do their hair?
She did our hair.
It's
like and braids and
any unique style that I have on my head, it's more than likely that Mimi was right there putting it together with me. First, I stressed out my original braid. Shout out to Beautiful Braids by Benita. I stressed her out so much with all the stuff I would give to her, and she's like, I can't do it anymore. Like we just drifted apart. I still love her to this day.
Like,
Yeah,
you
she-
stressed me for the last time.
No, yeah, she literally said, "Oh, tell Nye, don't come bring me the crazy styles." Cause she's like traditional braider. Like, give me the basic stuff. She's been doing it for like over like 10 years.
Yeah.
She's like, this new stuff, y'all.
She's like, I don't have time for that.
Yeah, you're stressing me out. And she brings the stress to me. And I'm like, yo, I don't want to be a braider. I just know how to do it just to help out a little bit.
Yeah.
So this stops here. Like the household,
You're like, it
maybe
was an emergency.
my best friend, like it's very few people I will actually braid their hair. But I've always wanted to get into like doing sew-ins or quick weaves or like wigs. Like I want to specialize in specific types of looks. So I'm not trying to do everything, but having the knowledge, I'm like down to have that. Because I want to protect people's natural hair on top of them being able to look cute. And then because we're always busy and moving, I want to still be able to look like a baddie even though I'm sweating and running all over the place. Like I want to still be able to keep my look even though I'm busy and moving around. Like I don't want to always have like a protective style. Sometimes I still want to somehow be able to rock some straight hair in the heat. Like let's figure it out. Yeah.
Are you two going to school to study anything else, or?
I got out of
Tina's
college.
already graduated.
I went for
Congratulations.
marketing management. So I got my,
So are you marketing, you guys? Or do you handle the marketing efforts?
I be behind like slightly with marketing when it comes to like the mood board and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did one of our music videos. I came up with the whole concept that's what we could do, and I threw that option out there. There were some other people that kind of helped cleaned up the end. So I'll be trying to put like mood boards. It's like, okay, the next song coming up, this is what I think we should possibly do. What y'all think about it? And then they'll give me their feedback and input.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And then for me,
You're beating everybody up. You're security.
She's like, I don't need
Oh
you
my
to change
God.
You're security.
She's
like, y'all got everything.
one of the places that we did artist development at, it was like our Uncle Moore back in time. Like he would be like, I need you for security. I need you to protect me. Oh, this man is like
You're
6
so
feet
weird.
tall.
She's so small.
I can't protect you. It's like,
No, you're the surprise weapon. They're not gonna know it's gonna be you, so you're gonna catch them off guard,
Right.
and then you'll be. That's how your tactic works.
No,
Now the obvious
pause
one.
from schooling for me. Other thing I do is just independent
Secret
language
agent.
learning. So I really want to be a polyglot, and so I want to be able to speak at least like I say like 4 different languages. But
How many do you have now?
Right now, I am currently studying Korean. I took a pause with Spanish, and then I want to learn Thai and I believe Portuguese as well.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What made you want to learn all the languages?
Media exposure. So first, really, kind of early when I had mentioned about like just seeing the different figurines when I was like younger, and it was Hatsune Miku. I was like, oh my gosh, like that was when I first got exposed to like Japanese media, and I was like, this is so cool. Like I love this character. To this day, they ask me, oh, like whose cosplay you want to go to? I'll say anybody except for maybe 2 people. The only person is Pitbull, and the other one is Hatsune Miku, and that's just a projector, okay? But
She's
like
just a hologram.
it's literally just a hologram, but I love this so much. And then Portuguese is definitely because we have such a good fan base. And in Brazil, I want to be able to like chat with them because they'll hop in our lives. So like we don't know that much English. I'm like, I feel bad. No, I gotta know it for you. And then Spanish, like we have like our last name is Ochoa and stuff, and like we have so many like kind of familiar ties to like Spain or Venezuela. And so I want to be able to just know that, just kind of feel more culturally connected. And then for Thai, Muay Thai, that just came up later once I started training the sport, and then I want to be able to just travel out there. And then kind of train out there, like if I had time to, and then just like come back. And then the Thai scene, like out there, they love like groups similar to like the K-pop groups and stuff. So it would be cool to do a show out there as well.
That'd be amazing. You guys were talking about TikTok and like Instagram. Do you guys have a platform? And it doesn't have to be either one of those. Like, is there a platform that you absolutely love, or you get a lot of support on?
Oh,
a lot on TikTok.
Yeah,
A lot of
I feel
support
like
on TikTok.
Love using TikTok.
Yeah.
I love how unhinged it is half of the time.
So wild.
The comment section is my favorite to just scroll through, especially on funny videos.
Since they added the pictures.
I run to the comments.
Yes.
And the comments half of the time be also funnier than the video. They just make it
They're
worse.
making it
I was
worse.
like, I love them for that.
Yeah.
And then like really with like kind of using social media, I like Instagram a little more because of like how TikTok is if that sound isn't really going, like it's not really going to get that much push out there. But for Instagram, especially with like their Reels feature, it kind of really does just get filtered out to everyone.
And if you use edits plus the Reels, you're golden.
Yeah, I think also for us specifically, I think TikTok, we get a lot of support. Like they always are reposting or adding or saving or commenting. And I think Instagram is like people we've met locally or we've met throughout the years. So I feel like that's more like a connection of real people. Like I know them, they know us, they'll show up. So I feel like if we're promoting like an event or something, Instagram people will come out, they'll buy tickets, they'll support. TikTok is like so many different people. We don't know why. They followed us probably for dancing or our video, like our like hair and makeup videos or something like that. They'll follow for those things. I feel like TikTok is like the support of the content that we create, and Instagram are like the real people that's seen us in person, seen us grow up, like they actually know.
I would say even going live on Instagram, we get a lot more interaction, and it feels a little more like a fan base, like
we know them, they know us.
Yeah.
TikTok is like if that first maybe 2 to 3 minutes we're like learning a dance and we'll put it up and there'll be like 200 people in that first wave, but it'll kind of settle down. I think if you're doing something super exciting for a long time, they'll kind of stay through, but you
need to show your rehearsal.
No, we'll do that. And they'll just sit and watch. I think TikTok, you could just leave the camera and let it go live. But Instagram, they want that connection. Like they want to sit, they want to talk. They don't want to just be watching what's going on. They want to actually talk to you.
Is there anything business-wise, like within the music industry, that you guys have learned that you were like, it's really surprising or would surprise fans to know?
Mm-hmm. I feel like the information isn't surprising, but like when you cause like I say stuff with contracts, you would hear horror stories of like, oh, like
360
really
deals.
Yeah,
like the universe and beyond. It's literally in the contract. It's not a joke.
It's crazy because like you kind of hear that stuff like, oh, it's like really bad, but then really seeing it, and I'm like, it's no way that like you sent this to me. Like without, it's crazy seeing the stuff that they would try to get away with.
Or try to take ownership with like your name. Like even because we have like
even nicknames, like,
anything,
crazy.
or even like
your likeness.
There'll be certain contracts and they're like, okay, everything for this thing, and then like we all have our separate things, and they're like, oh yeah, and those two possibly.
It's not even tied to
it. It's not tied to this.
Yeah, they'll try to have ownership of anything.
How do you handle that?
You know I'm saying it.
So you just leave them on red, or you like, no?
Pretty much that, or we let if it was something that sounded really good and we just need to see the paperwork, lawyers we're never gonna sign it until they check it, because we need somebody that's on our side, like making sure everything makes sense for us, because obviously they're looking out for themselves. We're literally not going to sign it unless we feel like it makes sense. I think now I'd be like, can we get a demo version? Give us like 1 year. If it didn't work out,
I need a trial period.
Right. And if it didn't work out, let's part separate ways, honestly. But I think also something that's surprising, I feel like even when we talk to other people, is how expensive everything is. Like you would think that, shooting a music video is inexpensive.
It's like a couple $100.
No, it's a couple thousand. Sometimes like these events, like putting t-shirts, all that stuff is so expensive. So when people are putting that stuff out there, they're really pushing it because they're investing a lot. Like even just to be in a lot of different spaces, it costs to do that. Like a lot of times, thankfully, like we've been asked to be in a lot of spaces, but when we are investing, it's not cheap. I think anytime I'm talking to friends and stuff about like, no, we paid you. That was not cheap to just do that. We literally had to pay for every single thing, like even down to photo shoots and working with photographers.
Photographers are very expensive.
Yeah, they're like, you're thinking they're just taking pictures?
And it doesn't include the edits.
No, that's a separate fee. Yeah. So I feel like when people learn like how much it actually takes to put out what we're doing, then they're really surprised. Like, they need to go watch that. They need to go like that.
All you gotta do is just watch it to the end.
Just watch it, that's it. That'll make us feel a lot more better about what we're doing.
I would say being a bit more known or having like a name, they try to make things a bit more expensive. So if you're trying to be like an artist, like you're a well-known artist, you're thinking, maybe that person will like work with them for like a low price or for free. No.
And if they know you're working, they're gonna bump that thing up. Yeah.
What's like the most expensive thing that you paid for that you were like, what? Either a line item, like maybe a photographer, or like a venue.
I say our Ain't Thinking About You music video.
Yeah, that whole push, I feel like.
Yeah, Ain't Thinking About You promotion.
The promotion. The
whole
song.
Oh my goodness. Like, it is in the...
Ballpark it.
10,000.
Over 10,000.
Over
10,000.
Over
Under
20,000.
Over 20.
Over
Yeah,
20.
Under 30.
Over
Our
30.
manager saying 60.
I just didn't know what we were able to say, but yeah, over 60. We pay a lot, but that's the only song that really got motion. Like people heard it in the beauty supply stores, they heard it on the radio.
So it was worth it.
It was worth it. But
Okay.
imagine being independent, trying to replicate that. You
Over and
cannot
over
do
and
that.
over
Like
again.
you literally have to learn how to try to do that same thing, but at a cheaper cost, but give the same look. Like it's
Right.
really hard to find the balance because it's a lot that goes into it. And people, you want to do it where they're getting compensated for, because we don't really like to work off favors. So we want to do stuff like that, but it costs, y'all. It costs to do it. Like
they be thinking
how
that
would we
we're
do it?
signed, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, you're signed," and you know this is the signed budget. We're like, we're not signed. We're
Yeah,
independent.
What's the
Wait a
independent
minute.
cost?
Can you explain that? Because I feel like a lot of people throw stuff around like independent versus signed. Because even when people are signed, it's not like they really are just given the money to just tra-la-la.
Yeah.
Like, what does that look like being independent versus signed? What are like the benefits or drawbacks?
So we have been independent our whole career. We've only been signed to a management company, but we've been independent and we wear every single hat. So any type of flyers you see, 9 times out of 10, flyers, merch, promotional items, I've probably edited myself. We come up with the mood board. We look for our photographer.
Come up with the video ideas.
We're the wardrobe. We're the makeup artists, hairstylists. We literally do every single task.
Creative director.
Creative
you are
director.
the marketing team. The benefits of being independent is that you have creative control over everything.
And I feel like you learn what's needed because you have to do it.
Yeah, and the drawback really is the financial input that you have to
because everything
into
does
it.
cost.
Whereas like with the label, like, but I say even independent pricing versus like regular pricing for just a beat, for example. If we were signed, they would have charged us at least 5,000, 1,500, like 1,500 plus
It'd probably
for
be
a beat.
like 5,000 up, 1,500's like where we're at now. Yeah, so it's like when you're signed, it's the numbers and prices like quadruple, but they also have the connections. So I feel like that's
And the
where
backing
the
to do
sign
that as well.
part kind of comes into play. Like they already know the platforms directly. They already know the producers already. So they have that connection to kind of work it out versus we have to meet these people, build the connection, and then like kind of negotiate because we're not signed and we are trying to still be able to continue to work. Like we also mentioned to a lot of producers or writers, or I say photographers, like different people that we work with, we want to continue to work. So that's the idea, is to make it affordable where it's good for you and good for us, but we can continue to do more things. Because if we're paying a big number right now, 9 times out of 10, we're not going to be able to do it again.
Right.
So the idea is to get more work. We would think the idea would be to get more consistent work than to like get one big bang and then we can't really either promote what we just created. Like we can't do anything
Because there's
it.
nothing left in the budget.
Yeah. So
is there anything you guys spent on at the beginning that you, now knowing what you know, you were like, yeah, that was a waste of money? Or don't do it for like aspiring artists?
There's something that we be like, don't do it. We're very picky about things that we do put our money into.
Okay.
I would say,
yeah, what would you say?
don't pay for small performances in terms to pay to be there. Like go to different places that like, you know, will give you that exposure, but you do it in Atlanta. Half the time it is not worth it to pay to get on certain stage.
It really is not.
It is not, and they only give you like 3 minutes. It's not worth that money unless you know, like you're getting like a guarantee, like good set. You know, it's like a good art. Then that's like an investment.
Do
in
a
way.
research of the event because they'll be having like 5 people there, and you paid like.
You're paying
like
a lot of money.
$10,000.
Don't be paying to get all.
Maybe $10,000 might be a stretch, but they pay like.
But still,
they pay like
because
a lot of
events are
money.
very expensive. Like to your point, a lot of people don't understand how much lighting, cameras, makeup, the space itself.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it does all add up. And on the event side, like the permits. So I get it.
And we put on events too. So we had our annual Carnival Glow Party that we did every year. And we would put on this event, this concert for Atlanta all the time. And we put different artists on. So we're looking for the venues. We're picking out the vendors, media, all of that. And we, every year, like we wanted to do it better. So I feel like that is something that kind of like was a good thing and a bad thing because we are growing, but we can't do it the next level up because
Yeah.
it costs so much to do. And like even finding a space that would do what we're looking to do, because we have so many big ideas like this stuff, but a lot of these spaces don't really like work for that.
Yeah.
So we're definitely in those realms where we're like trying to figure out where we can continue to grow and like where we might have to pin it for now until we can actually afford to do it the way we want to.
Do you guys feel, well, how many events do you do a year?
Usually it's one a year. Like we'll do the carnival party usually during spring break time. So the kids are out of school, they'll come to the event, or like we started doing concerts now. So we had our takeover concert where they just come. It's like a traditional concert experience. We'll have like 2 openers and then they'll come see us perform. We'll take pictures, things like that.
It's fun. Do you guys have a favorite event that you, or just your signature one? Do you prefer yours or going to other people so then it alleviates some of the stuff for you?
Ours.
It's like a
So it
mix.
depends.
Yeah.
It depends on this.
Ours.
We love doing ours because everything is just.
You already know what you're
Lined
getting,
up,
like you know what you're walking into.
Because there be experiences where you go to and you're like, oh my goodness, oh Lord, like I can't tell my people to come here, like that's crazy. But when we host ours, it's like we know the environment, we know like we
Control.
yeah, and then like even when pushing it to people, it's like even when pushing it to people, we know to tell them what to expect.
Yeah.
But like if it was like a big show, like when we opened up for like Ashanti and Ja Rule, I was like, I didn't mind that.
Yeah.
I was like, that's cool. It was a cool experience.
Sound check and all.
Really
Yeah.
depends on
I just
the
say ours
stage.
because people know what to expect. Like we have a reputation for our events, so people are actually looking forward to it. Like they also are okay to come spend their money and like have a good time with us. They know it's gonna be safe. They know they can. We're gonna give the food. Like they're gonna have a good time. We're not going to just make them come to something. They're like, where am I at? So I feel like that's why I say ours. But it is stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who does most of the planning, or is it pretty divvied up between you 3?
It's funny. Keno will kind of Keno chimes in a bit, and then like really we're like the last like a big chunk of it. Honestly, will be like between our manager and then Mimi.
Yeah.
Them 2 heading, and then it's certain departments where like either Keena and I will have to step in and like kind of take over that field. I know when we were putting together stuff for our Carnival Glow Party event that we was planning, we're still in the planning like phase of it when we are able to bring it back. But like Keena would come up with like the overview of like what event.
Like because the last time we ran our event for the Glow Party, and after all that we were like, okay, yeah, there's certain things that we want to make sure is done
fix,
or seen or fixed. So we were like, okay, our merch table has to stand out because the last time nobody knew we had merch over there. So we were like, okay, we're gonna do this, this, and this. We're gonna fix this, make sure things are this way, and like people know where they're going.
Yeah.
So I set out the whole plan as to what we have written down previously and like currently. Okay, what do we want to upkeep or what do we want to change?
Yeah.
And I came in with the budget.
Yeah, I literally had to break down everything, even beyond just like hosting an event. It's even like the prep work for it, and like the staff covering merchandising, covering the activations for the people to do while they're there, and then the budget for us to
we still gotta
pay for choreography, like we gotta pay for all of that,
like all the little things,
music videos and stuff. That is more so where Mimi and like photo shoots would be Mimi and her manager that's really heading that. And then that's why I get to kind of chill because I'm like, you tell me what to wear.
We're so particular. For me, I just like want to make sure we're all in sync. They'll like find their style, and I'm like, okay, guys, we got to come together now. I know we don't really have a signature, like I would say, like aesthetic. So it's like whatever vibe we're giving, it just needs to come together. So I feel like I'll overview whatever we came up with to make sure it does look cohesive, and we still like a girl group at the end of the day. But when it comes to events, 9 times out of 10, I'm there like, okay, what are we doing? This is what we're doing. Okay, Keena, can you do this? Like I try to delegate tasks. I do like have takeover spirit sometimes because I maybe know exactly what I want to see. Yeah. So I feel like our engineer said this. He's like, maybe that's the graphic designers that's like that, so meticulous. Like
because you have to pay attention to detail.
Yeah, so I'll sit with my managers to figure that part out, but we'll come together generally over the whole concept, and then we'll start splitting off what everybody's strengths are, basically.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
If you were to decide, or in one sentence, what do you feel like you would explain Mako Girls to somebody that doesn't know?
In one sentence?
Just one.
Why I feel like one.
It could be, I guess, technically 3 because you're each gonna have
Yeah.
one. But
Okay.
I'm trying to like
Good
construct my
time.
sentence.
you're like, who
Wait,
am I?
Okay.
It's a sentence.
Yeah.
Okay.
My sentence has commas. A good time, positive vibes, and a beautiful sister dynamic.
Okay, I love that.
Okay.
Nice,
That was
nice,
good.
nice.
Took all my brain cells. All right.
To get that one, right?
You all don't have to go if you agree. I don't want to keep you on the spot.
Yeah, she's good. She can keep it. She covered all the bases. That would definitely. My brain was
I was
struggling.
like,
Is there a narrative with girl groups that you guys want to change? I know you've said a few times that like people are like, oh, you guys are gonna break up or this or that. Is there something you want to change? That you're like, I'm tired of hearing this when it comes to girl groups.
Oh, them putting them one against each other. Like, everybody is different. There's so many solo artists, and everybody loves each solo artist. And then when it comes to groups it's gotta be like, one of them gotta be the best.
Actually, they're terrible, and this group's better.
It's just like, nah, everybody is literally
Doing their own thing in their own lane.
Legit.
And you can like multiple girl groups at once. You know?
I feel like they only do that with women though. Because there's 900 rappers. Everybody has the same like whatever and there's no issues, but it's like there can only be one female.
No.
Like that's it. There's only one top female rapper, one top female group.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you guys get that as sisters too? I feel like in high school it was always comparing, like if there were twins, it's like, oh, the skinny one, the ugly one, the fat one, this. And I'm like, they look the same.
Right, they're literally twins.
Yeah, like what are you doing? Do you feel like that's a comparison as well? Do you think it's more because you're women or because you're in a girls group?
I feel like because it's a girl group and people always have to figure out which one is the best. And so they'll even, I'm like, everyone is great in their own way. Like you can't compare like T.I. and like Beyonce. Like they're two different individuals. Yeah. You can't compare.
I even say with Destiny's Child and TLC, they brought two completely different energies. So you don't even have to. There were just like 3 people in the group, so you don't have to necessarily like pin them.
Yeah, two different aesthetics. It's
like
that's the reason why there's so many different variations of things. Like because there's more variety that way. Like if we all like this one thing, then it doesn't make sense to have everything else. Like you gotta have the option to like be able to say, oh, I like this style more, and that's just your personal preference then. But like trying to make it one like consensus amongst everyone that we have to like this one, that doesn't make sense because I can't even pick who's my favorite, like what my favorite shirt is. Like I can't choose just one. Like there's so many options. Like why limit yourself?
We even said like it would be cool like if a girl group even like mixed and did like a song together to kind of show,
or
like,
even like toured and did like a couple groups like go together and
it'd
do
be
some
so
stuff.
cool.
That was just like a girl takeover. Like
that's what you guys need to do with your next event. Calling all girl groups.
Calling all girl groups. That would
come
be
to
so
Atlanta.
Fun.
Literally.
Literally.
There's a show out. It's like they do all the. It's like a talent, like an America's Got Talent.
Okay.
Chrissy Teigen's on there, Sarah Michelle Gellar, and I think there's a big white guy. I can't think of his name. He's a rapper. Okay. But they do that, and they'll have like 2 girl groups go against each other. Really? Is there a lot here in Atlanta? Because there was one on there, and I'm pretty sure they were Asian, and it was like a 3 girl group, and they're like, we're from Atlanta. And I was like, never heard of you guys.
No.
I have never heard of that happening here.
Yeah, only groups I know here, the Boykins. Love them. They're so sweet. Like meeting them in person. For some reason, people confuse us, but they have like a whole cowgirl aesthetic, and we don't. But I'm like, how? There's 4 of them.
They said, "Oh, y'all the Mako Girls," and
they told the Boykins had told us. So they was like, they got asked if they were the Mako Girls at some point. And we was like, how?
I hate people.
Yeah, I'm just like, y'all didn't even try. Y'all just said the first thing that came to your mind. But I think, honestly, I think they're the only ones that I for sure know out of Atlanta. I know there's, that's right now, those are the ones I can think of because we don't really tap into too many of the groups. If we do, they're not here.
That's like, my next question. Do you feel like there's a lot coming back up?
There is definitely. I love seeing Flow. I like seeing what they're doing. I think they give like the Destiny's Child, what I would say, like nostalgia. I like the way they sing, like their style, their personalities are hilarious. I think we also love the K-pop groups as well, so we'll watch them.
I was such a big fan of like Blackpink. I just fell off the music scene in general. I had to listen. My Apple Music is gone. I only care about using YouTube right now. Like I just listen to podcasts half the time. But like back when I did listen to like a lot of groups and stuff, it was like Blackpink, Twice. So there's another group like ITZY. Like even there, like in Korea, they have so many different groups. And it really, when it comes to like, I would say like in the US is where they really try to pin them against each other like the most. I'm like, it's not necessary. Like legit, just be chilling.
Have you guys heard anything about yourselves that you're like, what? Like girl group wise or drama wise or anything weird that you're like, who is saying this?
I don't think so.
Any weird rumors or anything that you're like, where did you guys get this from?
No.
Not that I know of.
I was saying that if it was, we ain't hear about it.
Right, it didn't get to the source.
We're in our own bubble.
Literally in our own bubble.
No, I love that because to your point, I feel like they do always try to pin everybody against each other. And I think TikTok gets wild sometimes with the stuff that they say. So I didn't know if anybody ever was like weird and you're like, what?
Oh, no, we haven't gotten that. Not from like...
That means you found your people.
Yeah. That is true. We only had one like bad comment situation on TikTok, but it was not even about us. It was like us doing like, what song did we know? What song we didn't know? Yeah, and then I think it was like maybe a Juice WRLD song that we didn't know, and his fans were in the comments like, "Oh my god!"
They were making videos. They were outrageous.
Like, God forbid someone doesn't know a song. I'm sorry that I'm listening to K-pop.
We literally just said we didn't know it. Like, y'all,
if I was literally offered like $1 million to name a Juice WRLD song, I don't even think I could.
And I'm just like
I just don't know shade to him. I just don't listen.
Yeah, and they were just like, "Oh my god!" Like. He just passed. Why would y'all do? We're like, we don't know his song. That's all we said.
That's not my business.
I was like, guys, okay, calm down.
The one song we didn't know.
Yeah, because there's other songs that we knew, but we just didn't know the one that was in that compilation. So it was just like,
gotta love the internet warriors.
Yes.
I'm gonna do some rapid fire questions. Which way do you guys want to answer?
Start with Keenan.
Dang. Okay. All right. So answer them quickly. First thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
All right. Favorite Atlanta restaurant?
Dang, never. Japanese barbecue.
American Deli.
Dang it. Waffle House.
My brain was processing.
Just rapid fire.
Artist you'd love to collaborate with tomorrow?
Doechii.
Lil Jon.
Chris Brown.
Okay.
Some answers earlier.
Favorite Mako song to perform live?
Snakes.
Man, hype.
Ain't thinking about you.
Okay. Yeah, I got it now.
You like performing snakes.
She don't win.
Simple.
Okay.
I don't really do that much.
She said it.
That and also it was like I like having like the attitude.
I love it. Studio session or performing on stage?
Performing on stage.
Performing on stage.
Studio session.
One Atlanta slang word you use all the time.
Oh my god.
Y'all, I don't know. That's southern. That's southern, but that ain't.
I don't know. I don't know. What slang do I use?
Who am I?
Right? No, wait. I don't know. I cut off all my words like we all do, but I don't know.
All right, so you just shorten everything.
I shorten everything.
Okay,
Yeah.
that counts. That counts.
Okay.
Who in the group is the funniest?
No.
Yeah. They just most like
Not to take. I got this.
And no, it's not me.
Who takes the longest to get ready?
Kina.
Yeah.
I got better this time.
I'm
Take
definitely
the longest. Still take that crown.
Yeah.
Favorite late night snack?
Frosted sugar cookies from Walmart.
No, specifically.
You're like, I want it right now.
I'll tell you, so she leave here, I'm going to eat that sugar cookie. You know, I have to fight the urge to not eat too.
Do you like the seasonal ones, like green for St. Patrick's Day, the pink ones for Valentine's
They
Day?
say
colors,
it
that's
depends.
good.
It depends. Like the green one, it'd be all right, but like the dye, I can taste the dye a little bit in that.
Not
That's
the
like,
orange.
it gotta be the pastel colors. It can't be the white one either. That's just
The light
straight
pink.
up sugar. Pink is good. Pink and the light blue ones are always the safe colors. And then when Halloween kind of rolls
Don't
by,
be
then the
dark
orange one is
blue
cool.
or-
Don't get dark blue. It's
Yeah,
disgusting.
Terrible.
Oh my god. Or the like red ones. Those you taste the dye.
Oh my god. I'm not a snacker, but I would say
Fruit snacks.
Or food if you're not a snacker. It's okay. Or like a juice, a candy, or something.
I'm a latte girl. Like,
Okay.
I love a latte, yeah.
Okay.
But Starbucks, I'm passing one. Hey, let's stop.
Okay.
There you have it. I'll say sunflower seeds. Actually.
Cupcakes from
Ranch, do we have flavored?
Ranch.
Oh.
Yeah.
They messed up the barbecue ones. They don't taste the same like they used to anymore.
A lot of flavors don't taste the same. Dream venue to headline.
Coachella.
Coachella.
Yeah.
One word that describes Mako Girls.
Fun.
Radiant.
Positive, radiant.
I feel like it's like a good 300 commercial.
Last but not least, a one to describe your personal style.
Eclectic.
Okay.
I like that.
Three.
Okay. Are you sure?
Eclectic is throwing me off.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that word.
The eclectic is killing me. Okay.
She didn't say eclectic.
Right. I think. I know. I'm sorry. Streetwear chic. It's like
Okay.
together.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, girly, I guess.
There's too many words.
Sorry,
You're
girly.
fired.
That's my one word.
Girly. I
Yeah.
love it. Is there anything that you want to leave everybody with, or anything you have coming up, or you want to share?
Right.
Yes.
First, I guess, given our socials for sure, be sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok
At Mako Girls.
You can subscribe to us on YouTube at Official Mako Girls.
You can check out all of our information and get our merch on our website at www.makogirls.com.
Mako Girls is spelled
MAKOGIRLS.
Notice that's a K, not a C. We just released a single yesterday called Chasing the Dream. It's out now on all music platforms. Go ahead and buy it. And then we're also hosting an event March 21st from 4 to 6 p.m.
At DBS Sounds, we're giving you the full girl group nostalgia experience. We're going to be doing a signing. We're doing a little performance. We're also
Having
giving
some
free
exclusive merch.
Yeah, having
Right.
some exclusive merch. So you guys got to be there to actually be able to receive all that and meet us in person. We're always a good time. So come through March 21st, be there. And yeah,
Make sure
it's
you
a free
check
event
out
too, guys.
our docu-series coming out soon on our YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe to us as well.
You guys practiced that. It was too good.
Just
No.
the social medias over the years, we had to get that together.
That was sign trained.
I love
That
it.
one was not sign trained. That one we just somebody picked something, so we get it all. But yeah.
I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you, girls, so much. I really appreciate it. And you guys were so fun.
Oh,
It
yes,
was so
thank you.
refreshing. You have like the best vibes.
Thank you. I love
you.
the questions that you ask. You have great energy too, so it's so
Yes.
easy to
Thank
just
you.
chat. It sounded like we were just sitting here talking the whole time.
Right? I'm like looking at the time, like I don't want to take too long.
No,
No, it's
I
fine. We know we were
appreciate it.
comfortable in the interview because you start hearing our like southern kind of come out a little more.
Yeah.
Because certain interviews you're like, oh, we're the Mako Girls, but then you start hearing the y'all. And then, like, all that start kind of rolling.
You're like, I'm
through.
comfortable.
Yeah.
No, I really appreciate you guys and all your time. And
you.
you guys know where to follow them. Please continue to like, comment, follow, and subscribe. If you did not know about the Mako Girls, now you do. Please follow them and support. Hopefully you guys can come to their event on the 21st. Until next time, I am Ashley, and this is The Bridge Views. Bye, guys.
Bye.